The excited inmates who could not hide their joy arrived at the DeMarriot Hotel, venue for the event. The former Commissioner for Arts, Culture, Tourism and Diaspora Affairs Osaze Osemwegie-Ero, who expressed delight at the release of the Inmate, said it was a way of assisting those who could not afford the payment of optional fine as part of the initiative of #Justice for Nigerians.
With the experience I had when I was arrested in Italy, and I keep saying if not the support that I got from my family, and of course God, my enemy would have still been languishing in prison, for crime I did not commit. The same thing with these young men. Lawyers went through the file to check if there are little crimes that does not deserve them to be in prison, but the judge knows better, but will decide to pay the fine for them. Because you can't imagine somebody being kept in prison for 3 months just because of 20,000 naira. Yes, times money is difficult, but I know that 20,000 naira is not even enough for us to have meal or even a drink or something that you can just give away like that. Talk less of keeping somebody's life in prison. So, but I think this is a good gesture. I'm happy that we were able to do it. I'm happy that God is using me to do this because I spoke to my friends and family, and everybody just commended it and said it's a good effort. It's a good, commendable thing to do, and they supported. So we raised the money, to do this, to pay their fine, and I'm so happy today that they are here, as testimony for what we plan to do. By the grace of God, we'll do more. I made a promise and I made a vow that when I come out, I'm going to reach out, let the whole world know what is happening to our brothers in Italy. Because these people, they have families. Some of them have wives, some of them have children, and they have parents that is suffering as well. Because when you keep people in prison, it's not just the person that you put in prison that is suffering. It affects the family. It breaks families down. It breaks relationships down. It breaks husband and wife down. There's a gap between them and the children. So this is something that is good. What we've done today, not me, what God has used me to do today is blessing families, not just these men that are here. So I'm happy that we're able to do it.
Others at the event, including the State Commissioner for Orientation and Communication, Adesuwa Lato, the Deputy Speaker at the State House of Assembly, and the PDP candidate for Oriemo and Onde Federal Constituency, Roland Asoro, member representing Ego and Ikpubaha, he said there, a former special advisor to Edo State Governor Newman Ogegbe, and the PDP candidate for Oriemo South, Bryce Iyamu, and others, commended Osemwegie-Ero for the gesture and advised the newly released inmates to stay away from crime.
The men and women at the high table, and also to appreciate our recipients today that are beneficiaries of this program. I want to say that the era of pedantic showmanship and high service jargons is over. We're in a dispensation where those whose palm kernel are being cracked by benevolent spirits should learn to be humble and do that which God Almighty will appreciate. That's exactly what my brother, my friend, Honorable Osemwegie-Ero has done today. When he was incarcerated by the foolish, I call them foolish prosecutors in Europe, they failed to realize that they were dealing with a man that is very, very transparent in honesty. They were dealing with a man that is very, very objective in making decisions. And above all, they were dealing with a man that is highly cerebral. If they had known all of this, probably they would have even arrested you in the first place. They thought just like they be doing, getting at people without looking at their pedigree before they catch up on them. But today, he has been vindicated, and to show love, to show to God, to appreciate God, because what happened to him is not man, is absolutely God. Everything that happened from the very beginning to the end, it goes to show that God was with him. And the only way you can appreciate God is by giving to the less privileged, people that ordinarily would not be opportune to receive, and that's exactly what he has done. And he has also opened up an NGO, Justice for Nigeria, and I believe through this NGO, so many Nigerians have been languishing in prison, just not fault of theirs, but by miscalculation and by virtue of some issues which some person might need to settle some scores. They will get some persons arrested. It has even happened in Nigeria. But today, he has shown to the world that justice delay is justice denied. And he has been vindicated, and he decided to show love to you. I want to sincerely and wholeheartedly appreciate you for this gesture, and to also remind our brothers that are beneficiary today that it is God that has done this for you, and the only way you will appreciate God is to continue to do that which is right before God. No matter whose else is gone, continue to do that which you know within your heart, because conscience is the first judge. That whatever you are going to do, I believe in the Rotaract principle, which says whatever you are doing, is it the truth? Will it have goodwill? Will it be beneficial to all that concerned? Will it promote joy and peace? If you are certain with that, you continue to do that. I want to thank you, and also thank our brothers and sisters that have also come to join us in this mood of happiness, that God will continue to bless every one of you. And lastly, let me say this, because though we are not in a political arena, to also thank every one of you for the success of the PDP convention and the PDP primaries that have come and gone. And I thank every one of you for your support for the PDP party. Thank you, and God bless you.
Let me stand on the existing protocol. Outside that, I may welcome the Deputy Speaker, my brother, and who is the next person that we are sending to Abuja direct. And that's my project 100%. God will do it. That's our project there. Well, I want to start by appreciating my brother, my friend, Honorable Osaze Osemwegie-Ero, who is also an in-law. Sometimes when we are faced with some life challenges, we think it's the hands of the enemy. We don't know that at the end of the tunnel, something good is about to happen. His life experience for 18 good months in the prison in Italy for crime he knows nothing about brought this today. And that time he spent, a lot of things happened while he was there. But some of us who believe in him so much know that he's innocent, and we stood by him, and collectively we make sure he regained his freedom. Today mark 1 year of that freedom, and we are here to celebrate him. My brother, my prayer for you always will. We believe God will continue to protect you and make sure that that good of heart, the angelic heart God has given you, will continue to be in you. I promise that personally I will stand with you in this project, which is for justice for Nigerians, home and abroad. In every way I am by you, and I am with you, and I stand with you. My little advice to the beneficiary of this event today: I understand, and I went through the documents. These are petty crimes that you people committed. We know crimes are crimes, but there are petty crimes in the Western world, or some states who say community service, or the ones that you people committed were petty crimes of fine of like 20,000, 50,000, 200,000, and some of you do not have that money to pay. But today God has used our brother, Honorable Osaze Osemwegie-Ero, to make sure that you regain your freedom, and that freedom you have gotten today. But my advice is this: as you are back to the society, he did not give you this freedom to commit any crime. Whether it was a petty crime or a big crime, please make sure that this that has happened will change your life for good and that of your family. We don't support things, we don't support anything crime. But we know that what you people have done, or what you did after going through those lists, you deserve to get your freedom. But know that you must prove to others so that others will learn from you and from today. Make sure you don't go back to crime, no matter what crime it is, and let others emulate your good will. So my brother, I thank you so much, and in your rehabilitation, we'll continue to work with him. And listening to the man from Calabar speaking just now, if you have to go to Calabar, that can be on me, it's not a problem at all. And so many of you here, we will do our best to make sure that not just that you got your freedom today, but you'll be well rehabilitated into the society and become useful to others. Thank you, and God bless you.
The Honorable Commissioner here present, honorable members of the Federal House of Assembly and State Assembly as well, the incoming media consultant, Madam, are present, all other protocols observed, and of course our genial host, the person who's given us this place. I recognize you. Why are we here? When our brothers were driven in that beautiful vehicle, the DJ played the song One Love by Governmental. So if you ask me why we are here, we have to celebrate love. Love for humanity. It is not about Honorable Osemwegie-Ero. He is only the person God is using to effectuate this. And then you may ask, why are we having press men? Why are we making it a media event? We live in a media age. We live in the age that has overtaken the jet age, the internet age. So if you don't use the tool you have, if you don't say, here I am, nobody will say, oh, there you are. And that is why this is being given this wide publicity. And the only reason this is being publicized is to call attention to the justice system administration in this country. If you're happy with the justice administrative machinery, please let me see your hand up. Nobody is happy. It is the reason why we are here, to call attention to what I will call the injustice that has permeated the justice administration machinery. How on earth can somebody be sent to jail to do time for a crime that is worth 20,000 naira? It doesn't, as a lawyer, I know stealing is stealing, crime is crime. But the criminal justice system should be given a human face. As a matter of fact, the very principles behind the criminal justice system started by saying that the main aim of justice system is retribution. Somebody has committed a crime, grab him, either you kill him or give him a custodial sentence and let him do time. But over time, people who knew these things better than we do have come up to say that not only should you punish the felon for committing a crime, you should also reform him. So, and that gave birth to the reformatory school of thought in the justice administration machinery. And that is the angle we are looking at this issue from. Back in Lagos where I practice, and I mean no disrespect to my very good people of Edo State, in the criminal law of Lagos State, the primary aim is not to put you to do custodial time. Honorable Ero made reference to it in his speech. For some very minimal offenses that does not hurt society that much, the judge asks you to go and do community service. You're doing time all the same. You're doing it under supervision. You know, back in the day, people are put in jail and they say, go and do your sentence with hard labor. Nobody should be talking about that anymore. So the justice system should have a human face. That is one. Number two, is a good thing we have in our midst an incoming member of the State House of Assembly. That piece of legislation that is called the criminal law of this should be taking a hard look at. Hard look at it in the sense that you now look at what is the aim of society in setting up reformatory centers. We used to call them prison yards. But because we have now gotten to realize that if you throw somebody in jail and call him a criminal, he comes out a hardened criminal. So there should be ways of ensuring that when you are unfortunate enough to be put there to do a custodial sentence, you are also being reformed. And that is the reason behind justice for all Nigerians. It is not just about justice for those of us who have been meted with injustice. It is justice for those who are serving time for the crime they have committed. You know why? If they come out of society, they are angry from both ends. The society has punished them for the crime they have committed, and rightly so in my opinion. But then you have kept them away at the prime of their lives for the greater part of their productive years. They come out of that custodial sentence. How do they fit in? That is why you and I come. And that is why you must partner with us. I'm telling you this as the solicitor to justice for Nigerians. What we are witnessing here today is just a tiny bit of the iceberg. Everything is being taken care of. The media people are here. Sister BC is here. There will be a wide publicity blaze and blizzard around all this, so that we will speak to your conscience. You need to line up behind us, not just to vote on the day of election for the politicians. Vote for us with your pocket, so that we partner with you and ensure that people like this are given another lease on life. We are also extending this. Very soon, we will announce to you the moves that are being made. There are persons who are not doing time yet, but who are in custodial sentence because they are unable to get people to defend them, to have their day in court. That is another arm of justice. It is part of what we are aiming to do, to provide free legal service to such persons who cannot afford the service of a lawyer. It is part of what we are doing. Thank you. And that is why we need, this is not a race for one person alone. You see, in a race, there are the bolts of this world, and there are those who also do the slow race. I think it was Martin Luther that said, if you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl. But by all means, keep moving forward. In every venture, there is a 1 million naira person, and there is the 10 naira person. In a crowdfunding, it is the pool that matters. You see, when grasshoppers are being boiled in a pot, if they kick in unison, they break that pot. And it is time for you to queue behind Justice Nigeria and let us break the shackles of justice. Thank you very much.
My honorable member, Right Honorable Jude Kisei here, the member representing Ego and Oko Federal Constituency in the Federal House of Representatives. Our host, super philanthropists, I just recently super delegates to the PDP National Convention, Honorable Osemwegie-Ero, my brother and friends, our landlord here, and of course it's the next chairman of Rodeo by the grace of God, Honorable Newman Lugiagbe, my learned colleague and friend, Ben Amanze, our House of Assembly hopeful, is already a candidate, and I can actually use the words Honorable, or the title Honorable, Bright Iyamu, my sister and friend, Bisi Akpade, well-known and seasoned journalist. I think for other members of the high table, I salute you. And for everybody in the audience, I greet you all. It is a thing of joy to be here this afternoon. When my brother told me of this event, I assured him I would be here. It is rare to find people like him who has been able to use their experience to start what I'll call a new movement. It is one movement that we may not appreciate its importance now, but it will take a very long time for us to be able to appreciate what he is doing today. That, for me, it's a flower that will blossom into something that others of like mind would take as a personal point of duty. It is difficult to get justice in Nigeria, but when we find somebody out of his own very limited resources decide to reach out to people who are unprivileged I think that person deserves serious accolades, and I think we should give him a round of applause for today's event. 8 of them. It is not easy. It's only states that can do this, or even the federal government, under the prerogative of mercy, initiative. That we are having this under the auspices of a private individual shows how large his heart is. And we want to assure you that the state government will continue to partner with you. At the level of government, it is what we do year in, year out. The Chief Judge also does this. But you have now added yourself as an organ of government, as a private individual. And God will continue to expand your costs. And for those of you who have had this opportunity of experiencing justice through private intervention, it is not just for you to go and see no more, but try and see how you can make yourself more useful to society. Yes, the fine you were supposed to pay that you didn't have the resources to pay, somebody has paid for you. It is a license for you to get into good ventures. And I'm happy that our people from Edo Job is here to first give them skills that will make them useful and also create opportunities for them to work. It is not just enough to provide fish, but it's also good to find the tools or provide the tools for fishing. It is not a time to make speeches, but it's a time to appreciate the convener of this event and to assure you that both at the personal level and as the head of my ministry, we are going to work very closely with you in this new initiative. As a lawyer, I'm ready to talk to some of my friends who are legal practitioners so that we can do some pro bono work with you. Because the Bible says 1 will chase 1,000 and 2 10,000. So be rest assured that you have a partner in me. Thank you. God bless you, sir.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. The Deputy Speaker of the State Assembly, the convener of this great event, Honorable Osaze Osemwegie-Ero, and to my leader, Honorable Newman Ubiagbe, and to all members of the High Table standing on the existing protocol. First, I have to start by saying thank you very much, Honorable Osaze-Ero, for this great initiative that you have brought today. This is not all about having funds. This is about having the people at heart. There are so many people who have so much than what you have, but they are not able to come out with such initiative. All the people in the high table, both the people sitting in the audience, they have all said it all. But I'm on the list to round it up this program. I would just want to advise all the inmates, all the people that were duly removed from prison. I want to have your audience, please. This is just a piece of advice. Although I don't know the kind of crime you guys committed before you were taken to prison, but today you have your freedom. And in life, the most important thing is having your freedom to move to wherever you want to be. And I want to tell you, with this caliber of men sitting on the high table, you all should try your possible best to make sure you make yourself available to society in a good way. Anything you know that will bring to anything that will take you back to prison, I'm just telling you to avoid it, because next time you might not be this lucky to just have anybody that will come to remove you from the prison. And to our convener here, is my elder brother, is a father to me. is a man that I respect so much. This is the first time we are having a person coming up with this kind of thing. It's not an easy job. And I'm here to say, sir, that we are not going to leave you on this alone. I'm going to do my best to make sure I convey as many youths to join you on this project. To make sure this project is a fight to finish. It's not a project that we are just going to do right now, then before you know, we forget about it. With the help of all the youths and the government representatives that are here, I believe when you want to celebrate your 2 years anniversary again, it's going to be very bigger than this. And I pray that everything that you will need to celebrate that 2 years will never be very hard for you. It will be something that will just stretch your hand and it will comfort for you. Once again, I congratulate you all that just came out from the prison. As you go back to your various destination, also tell all your friends and relatives that it's not good to be in the prison. Tell them your experiences. Tell them how many times you do it in a day. You understand? Even we that have the freedom, we can't even afford 3 square meals, let alone those of you that are in prison. I imagine if you guys can have a balanced diet there, it will not be easy at all. Okay. I've not been there, so I don't have that experience, and you people have more experience than me. And I know going to the prison is not something you would like to go back to. Once again, I congratulate you. I congratulate you. I congratulate you. Thank you.
The inmates who appreciated Osaze Osemwegie-Ero pledged their loyalty and promised to become better persons in the society.
I want to say plenty thank you for zero food to the organizers of this program. Throughout this morning, I was still astonished when the keeper came to our cell and started mentioning my name. We were mentioning my name. So I heard it, I said that whether I've done something wrong or I don't know what really happened. I just decided to respond. I said, yes, I'm here. I said, come back with this, freedom of myself. I shouted, good. Thank you. So I'm so delighted. I pray that God should enable people to keep doing this, and we that you people are releasing, we probably join the team to ensure this program will not come to an end in Jesus' name.
Justice for Nigeria. I thank you all. People have done great things in our life today. Today, when they came to my cell to call me, I was afraid that maybe they're taking me to Ogba Farm Center. Transfer. I said, no, I want to reject my name. They said, Joseph, I saw the list. He must say it's freedom. I said, this man, why you want me? What can we do for him again? I never suffered for this year. He said, no, it's freedom. When I went there to the record office, I saw my other members, and I saw two men, one barrister among them, one lady and one other man. I said, then I asked one word, I said, it's through this freedom. I said, God, who can still remember us now? Because I believe say this kind of thing, we don't allow for the say, freedom they come, but we know they see him. Every day we they pray for him. They say CJ, they move, they say when they come a White House, only Oko they go. So many people they Allah say, wow. So that's what we did. So today, when they don't say I'm really freedom, when I really confirm her, I never see believe. Until the lady, when you follow them, God speak to us, say, I want honorable commissioner. Say, I stand in the bar, they do this one for we. Say, not be a power. Say, not be sure with the time. Say, no tap honorable, or say, when they say, that be the man who say they do for us. Baba, I beg. The way you take one for us, say, Baba, God will do for you, go to. Anything you put your hand. Not for what you have. Your children experience it, that's what they experience. Because you know, man, we sabi. You know what he did. Baba, you too much. Baba, I hate you.
Before we get transferred, so I will work for somewhere. I normally man for there. I be normal man. I mean, they serve food for them.
This morning I never eat anything. I don't hear my name say, ma come out. But I don't know why I know when I'm freedom. But I thank God today saying I'm freedom. God will bless all of my Amen. My daddy here. Thank you very much.
Please round of applause for him. A round of applause. We'd like to get from one or two other persons. This is what you will do. You just tell us your experience within the short period you've been in the prison and what transpired after you heard that you are free.
One time our Baba himself say trap our body. But that place move. Now you have place supposed to go, we say you not go learn something. At all. That place not good at all to stay. One time Baba say yes, say help us our body. What you do for us, God will bless her in Jesus' name. The pockets where it bring the money. With the food, Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you, Baba yourself.
Wow. Thank you. Please a round of applause for him. A round of applause. This Oga, you don't want to talk since. You must talk today. Thank you, Oga. Thank you.
Praise the Lord. Thank God for that. The God in heaven, because I'm from Calabar. The road far. I'm not have money to take us for food. But the only God will do all this for me in the mighty blood of Jesus Christ.
Thank you. This one just talked.
Everyone, especially my honorable in the house, honorable the president of our government. When he happened to be, I'm a staff of particular plan. Deputy distribution manager. It happened to be that the action of what I have was 4.150. I was trying to pay the money before the honorable Commr to pay the premium. So I appreciate all the best blessing, the blessing of the wife and family and everyone of us that pulls together and our helper in Jesus' name. Thank you very much.
Osaze Osemwegie-Ero thereafter presented tokens for the inmates, while Edo Jobs representatives registered them for possible job opportunities and rehabilitation.
It's Europe. If it's in Europe, when you don't do anything, they investigate before they arrest you. It's a crime that he committed before he was commissioner. No wonder he's too close to Osegui. He was the one carrying money. So many things were said until I came out and said and told my story myself, and everybody now knew the injustice that was going on in Italy. The same thing happened here. We all know what happened in police stations. That if you are arrested, you don't have money to bail yourself. Anything can happen. Some police are very corrupt. Some judges are corrupt as well. With all due respect to them, but that's human nature, you know. So, but we are here today. Like I want to thank Honorable for supporting what Honorable Matthew Commr already said I should give to you people. And like I said, Calabar man, if it's too late for you, stay. If it's not too late, this one will be enough to take you to Calabar. But please let us have your details. And those of you that are in Edo, let's be friends. So on this note, I think we've had enough there. I'm sure people have eaten enough. So you come forward and take your envelope. I don't want to announce what is inside, but it's not dollar. It's not dollar, it's naira. It can be dollar. The super delegate. So you come forward. Then when we finish, just stay with Edo job.
The excited inmates were also fed with delicious delicacies. On the 29th of May 2021, Osaze-Ero was vindicated by an Italian court, having been convicted for crimes-related offenses he did not commit.